Art Deco building from the 1930s. Again, John Holabird and John Root designed the building. And if you come toward the river, you'll see a building with a greenish roof and very pointed gables. And the top of that building looks like it's an old building, but it's a building from the 1980s designed by Philip Johnson. And he took as his inspiration the top of the old Chicago Masonic Temple, which is from the 1890s. So again, a very postmodern idea of picking up the history of Chicago in your building. And then if you can, again, move toward the river, you're going to see a dark glass building that has projecting balconies. A friend of mine says the building reminds him of an old IBM punch card, which it kind of does. This is a residential building. It's 235 West Van Buren, designed by the architects at Perkins and Will. It's a very simple building, actually. It's a very rectangular footprint, but by projecting the balconies and wrapping them around the corners and putting a little geometry at the top, the building develops a lot of interest. It is intended for first-time home buyers. This building is still a condominium building, so many of the newer buildings have gone rental, but this one has stayed condo. And then right in front of the former Sears, now Willis Tower, there's a unusual shaped building. This building is known by its address, 311 South Wacker. It's pink stone from Texas, pink granite from Texas, bluish windows. What happened here is that KPF knew their building was always going to be in the shadow of what was then the Sears Tower. This was going up in the late 1980s. So they decided to make a kind of anti-Sears Tower. They used pink stone and blue glass instead of dark metal and dark glass. Notice though at the very top of the building you'll see 3 round cylinders. Now you might think those are cooling towers, but they're not. They're actually light wells. They hold around 1,500 fluorescent tubes because the designers said they wanted their building to be a beacon for the city, and it sure is. When you look at that building at the night, it really stands out.